Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on when you are watching the stream here at Afrique 24. Welcome once again back to the show Dimbala Afrique. Everyone is so much welcome to the show, and we have an amazing lineup for you people tonight. We're going to have an amazing show, one which is different, a bit dynamic, but most of all, we're going to have an interesting show here tonight. And of course, we are going to analyze everything that has been happening in the world of sport of lately. Welcome to the show, Bonnie. I see you there. Karibu sana, Bonnie. Bonnie.
Yes.
Karibu sana kwenye show. We have missed you here in Africa.
Nipo shughuli tu za kuona vile mambo inapanga.
Ni sawa. Welcome back. Kelong, wewe, I see you in the building.
Hello, good evening
Eh,
everyone.
Karibuni nyote sana kwenye show.
Mzee,
Nasemaje?
wewe acha, wewe unaniangusha wewe. Nyuma ya tendi huko.
Utapataje my agent?
Kwanza Boni amepotea sana, mafans wanasema ati alipigwa na heartbreak.
Mimi niko bana. Napigwa na
Barcelona
break aje.
Karibuni
Champions,
sana. Tuliambiwa
Champions.
ni kuona. But anyway, karibuni sana kwenye show. I don't know where we should begin, but we start with some local football. You guys, which team is winning the league? Tuko karibu kumaliza season. Boni, which team is winning the league? KPL.
Of course. Police FC they are the edge of winning the Kenya Premier League after today they secured a 1-0 win against Talanta, of course, at Machakos Kenyatta Stadium, and of course that was a very entertaining match. I have watched it. Also, they have that ability to clinch the Premier League this season. So Gor Mahia, after they were defeated also by Talanta, it seemed that they are the defending champions. So this time around, they are not going to win. Either their coach, Sneak Amhik, after he came there, is not doing the job that is supposed to be done by a very good coach like him. So Gor Mahia, the defending champions, they have really battered this league for a while because they have lost some of the key matches. So Police FC, absolutely after today's win, they're going to win. Also, we saw Tusker being smashed by one of the superior teams, Watoto ba Mungu. So Police FC, they are going to win. That is from what I think. But personally, I'm a big fan of Sofapaka.
Okay, sawa. Wonderful opening remarks, Boni. I see you there, Kelong. I know you do follow up on some Kenyan football, but not so much so. But which team, Kelong, do you think is taking this the title?
I'm sad that it's not going to be my team, Gor Mahia FC, because I think if Police beat Shabana next week, I guess, then then Gor Mahia will have a guard of honor to Police in their game. So it is sad that Gor Mahia are going to lose it, but yeah, they've been domineering this league for a bit. So new faces, it's not bad, but we hope Gor Mahia comes in strong next season.
Okay, so and that still on that issue, Kelong, about Gor Mahia, after they beat Shabana there at Gusii Stadium, they had can we say that that they were closing in points on Kenya Police. So when did the Rain start beating Gor Mahia? Because if they didn't, can you say they bottled it because they were close to catching up on Kenya Police, but they have been dropping some few points to from which team is it? I think it's KCB, Sindio. KCB. They lost 2-1,
I
and
think that
they
the
have
lost
been
to
they
Nairobi
lost one to
City Stars.
KCP. Yeah, City Stars. Yeah, City Stars. So, what started? Where can you say the Rain started beating down Gor Mahia because they were close to closing down the points?
Yeah, I think after they won against Shabana, kiburi kawaingia kidogo, and they thought that they are going to win it, no, to charge a comeback, right? But now they got complacent, and they were beaten by City Stars and lost those vital 3 points. You know, when you are chasing somebody, you need to be at your brilliant best. If you stumble a little bit, then you are gone. So they got complacent and lost that game. So that is football. Football happens that way because City Stars is a team that is almost heading to relegation, if not in relegation spot. So Mpira Hudunda, that's what happened in
And then
Dandora Stadium.
still on some Kenyan football. Do you guys think Kenya Police has what it takes to represent Kenya in the CAF Champions League?
Baby Bonnie can take it. All right, go.
Bonnie, do you think Kenya Police has what it takes to represent us in the CAF Champions League? Bonnie, your mic is on mute. I think we are slowly
Yeah,
losing Bonnie.
yes, they're able to win. Police, they are very, very good team, and from what they have been doing, they can play in the CAF Champions League, and they can clean. They can represent our country, of course. Gor Mahia, you know, this notion of people saying Gor Mahia is the big team in Kenya. No, we have very big teams in the country, and they are doing well. Yesterday we saw Kariobangi Sharks. We also saw Madare. We have very big teams. Gor Mahia is just a name, and the FC Leopards. No way. Police, they are ready. They have one of the best strikers there, known as David Simiyu. So why? They are ready. Police, they are ready, Buana. They are ready. Let's go.
Okay, thank you for those remarks, Bonnie. Back to you, Kelong, Gor Mahia supporter. Do you think Kelong it's a letdown knowing that up until now, Gor Mahia still don't have their own home stadium because we saw the derby against Tingo was postponed. Is it embarrassing that Gor doesn't have their own stadium? That games
Yeah,
have
of
to be
course.
postponed.
Yep. Of course, it's embarrassing because Gor Mahia is one of the biggest team in Kenya. Tell us a story of Bonnie, except it's not a big team. It's the biggest team in Kenya. So it's sad that a team like Gor Mahia doesn't have a home stadium that it can host its matches. But I'm thinking we are yet in Kenya as a whole is yet to get to that standard where clubs can afford to build their own stadium. But it's high time we go that route because we see the likes of Simba Yanga. They in Tanzania they have their own home stadium. I'm guessing. So yeah, we need uh, people to inject their finance, the businessmen to sports and get them a stadium because you see the the revenue, the income that comes by hosting a game is a lot, right? And a big stadium means big bugs coming in. So we hope that soon there are plans, I guess, for Gema to construct a stadium somewhere in Machakos. I'm guessing I had something of the kind, but I hope it get finalized and they do have their home uh, their home stadium. Yeah, because you see, like Ingwe and the Mashimaji Derby has been postponed for like every time it gets postponed. It's supposed to be held, I guess, last week, but it wasn't. So it was postponed because of the huge following the two clubs have, and also you see losing that revenue is also not good. Imagine having a stadium 60,000 people. Imagine the amount of revenue that you're gonna get by hosting that game, and at big games can attract full house. So yeah, we hope that in the future they get some funding and build their own stadium.
And then, still on some Kenyan football, I was reading an article which was speaking about how there's been a rise in like let's say there's been a rise in Kenyan football comparing to some few years. Like right now, we are seeing more and more people coming up to support Kenyan football. People are watching, clubs are getting fans. Like I think there was a midweek game between Shaban and I've forgotten the club, and it was a midweek. It was played on a Wednesday, and Shaban was able to collect 600,000. So that shows like people are now like we are going back to the days when we were embracing Kenyan football. So my question to you guys is, should we continue with the, let's say, football based on regionalism? Will it amplify our football more, or we diversify? I don't know whether you guys are getting me. Kelong.
Yeah, I get you. I get where you're coming from. Uh, but all in all, football is regional. Like even if you see in Europe, right? These football clubs are belong to cities, and yeah, even in you see huge supporters of small teams because they belong to that place. So for me, I think let it continue to be regional. Like you see Shabana FC right now, how it's good. It has a huge following from the Gusi region. No problem with that. Let's not just get into dirty politics and try to bring those funny shenanigans. But if it's regional football, I wouldn't care much because people identify from the clubs from where they come from. That's my thought.
Okay, okay. Wonderful submission, Kelong. Cotes, karibu sana kwenye show.
Chomoka.
Thank you.
Ndo
Karibu
hiyo.
sana kwenye show Cortez. Karibu sana.
Leo mnichongoi.
Leo, you see, the haters are not yet in the house. The haters awako kwa in the house, but you are in at the right moment, and we are just done with some local football. So we begin with the latest football which has happened today. Arsenal won, Crystal Palace nil. Can we say you guys have done a favor to Chelsea? Cortez, what's your analysis of the game?
I mean, this is what you guys wanted. First of all, I didn't watch it because it came on a channel that I didn't pay for. So but I saw I was looking at the scoreline. For the first 50 minutes, I'm like, dang, Newcastle, why are you stubborn? No, the but leading up to the game, I knew that we're gonna come back because we lost already to them on their ground before. And Arsenal sometimes it actually annoys me because now they're putting in a fight when it doesn't even matter that much, you know. And
It mattered. It would have been
Why are you saying it
disqualified.
doesn't matter that much,
it
Cortez?
doesn't
Yeah,
matter because if they lost this and win the next, I mean they'll still be in top four. But I think they've done Chelsea a favor, so it's up to Chelsea to either win their next game or not. Because if anything, City have a game on. I mean, they have a game on hand against you guys, and if they win both, and you guys lose your next, they might go above you. So, and I think anyway, I feel like we've cemented the second place really, because We have. I don't think even if the next team after us wins, they're not gonna surpass us. One, because we have superior goal difference, you know, and even if City win, they were to win their next, and we had probably, like, let's say, loss or draw, they still would not go above us because again we have superior goal difference over them. All in all, though, I feel like Rice did come through for us yet again. Probably, I feel like he's a contender for the player of the season for us. Had Big Gabby not been injured, for sure he's my player of the season. So it's up to Chelsea. Are you guys sure you guys are gonna win your next game?
Why not? Why not? And actually, you never did us a favor because
It is
you
a
should have
favor.
you should have beaten Newcastle 4-0, so that would become the third place. But anyway,
Oh wow,
uh,
you want us to take the goals away? You score more. You want us to do your job.
but it's either way a sad and embarrassing season for Arsenal because being second place 3 times in a row.
Embarrassing, embarrassing, embarrassing. Are you upset that Arsenal is consistent or what?
No,
Eh,
consistent in not winning
it don't
titles
matter. They
and
still
trophies.
yeah, but look at it like this: they're consistent in that they're not winning,
Consistent.
yes, but are they losing? Are they losing their spot?
If you're not winning, then it means you're losing, right?
No, they're not, because actually, guys, look at it.
Because
Look at it like
because
this, right? There's 20 teams. Listen,
because
There's 20 teams, right? There's 20
yeah,
teams in the league, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And each season, all teams come with the mentality that, hey, we have to win this.
not
I
really.
hope that's
No,
Not all
even
teams.
no,
Not
Burnley.
all
no,
Let's say
teams.
no,
no
not
Not all
really.
teams.
teams.
Not
Every
all
team has
teams.
their
Okay,
objectives,
maybe we
coaches.
could say
Yeah,
the top six. They always come back thinking
no, no,
one of
no,
them have to
no,
win.
No,
no,
not really.
And
not
Because
really.
coaches, if you're
Not
watching some press
no, I'm
conferences,
saying when the
Enzo
season starts
Maresca has
afresh.
said,
No,
yeah,
I'm
that's what
saying
I'm
when the
yeah,
saying.
season.
Yeah,
Uh,
Cortez. Yeah, I'm getting to that point. If you're watching any press conference from Chelsea, Maresca said that the objective which he was given by the officials in the club was to clinch top four. He wasn't told that to contest for the title. So by the time, let's say, in the start of the season when Chelsea was doing well, he said we are ahead of the project. You
yeah.
see, so every club is
Exactly.
going as per
People
the
people
club's
don't
objectives.
come to win titles at the beginning of the
okay,
season.
thank you for
It,
saying that. So,
Yeah.
it depends.
if you can look at it like that based on your team, what make you like? Why don't you people look at it in the same sense that, okay, as if anything really, Arsenal was in a rebuild period, okay, for the last 2 seasons.
Rebuilding
Which
what?
this season though, personally, this season they should have won something at least. But it went the way it did. The injuries
They
and
did
the
it.
red cards and the indiscipline, all that.
Red cards. Oh my goodness.
The indiscipline. Well, okay, for real, some of the ruling was
who,
really against us. Some
who,
was the
who
indiscipline of the individual players,
who gives
and
a flip? Who gives a flip, man? If
huh?
if 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 you get red cards in 1 or 2 games, that's not enough to
It wasn't two
prevent you
games; it was
from
three.
winning,
It,
Actually,
regardless.
coaches, do you know Chelsea players are the most booked in the league because of what do you call this? Chelsea players are the more in terms of yellow cards. Chelsea
Uh,
has the players who are
Discipline.
the most booked. So why
Chelsea.
can't we also complain Chelsea
No,
that
truth is,
we
nah. Chelsea, the current Chelsea is actually playing a cleaner football than the Chelsea I knew growing up. The Chelsea I knew growing up, walikuwa limangatu. Why? Those ones they were bigger and they were more experienced. These days, Chelsea
Branded.
they're
Yeah.
playing cleaner. To be honest, like they're not as bad as years back when Chelsea used to just play like Newcastle. The style Newcastle is playing now is the style Chelsea used to play sometime like about 10, 5, 7 years ago, especially during the time when they were winning the titles. At that period, Chelsea was playing dirty. But now it's like they realize, okay, let's play clean. So this season, even though they got the yellows, Chelsea did behave. I can say that for sure. Like they're not as bad as way back when they used to like play such a rough game. But anyway, on top of that, guys, I'm not gonna stay in the show for too long. Probably maybe in the next 20 minutes, I have to leave. So if there are
okay.
anything, so let's discuss the topics that needs to be discussed, and then y'all can continue with everything else.
Wait first, Cortez. Before that, yes, before you leave, you made some controversial remarks some few days ago when you and there's other guy you said that Pedri was overrated and we were supposed to settle it on the show. But you see, Cotes, the ones who supported you in the group right now, they are MIA when it's now time to discuss
They're
the
all like
issue
that.
and
They
debate.
make so much
The,
noise in the group, but when it really
yes,
matters, they don't show up.
right now they are missing in action, Cotes. So do you still keep your statement when you say that Pedro is overrated?
I say that Pedri is overrated because sorry guys. I say he's overrated because with or without him, Barcelona will still perform. And the only reason I'm saying that is because he creates chances and the forward doesn't let him down, you know? Uh and like you can take an example of your Cole Palmer. Do you know how many chances Cole Palmer creates, but your forward they don't even like convert those chances for him. And that's why he hasn't been getting any goals or assist contributions because somebody like Madueke, like especially that game I watched last week, I was like, why is Madueke in starting lineup? Seriously, what? Like why? And if he has to play, why? I hope they try him in false nine in the preseason. I feel like he might do better in a number nine than on the wing. He doesn't like
No,
he finds it so
he's
hard
a
to cut
winger.
in. Yeah,
He's
I
a
feel like
winger. He's a winger.
I guess then he has not perfected his art on the wing. Because
Hey, he's still 21. Still have time to build up his stuff. He's not yet matured,
is
right?
it is in Lamine
Yeah.
17? Or what are you
No, but
saying?
no. We're talking about
You
different.
know, we're talking age. It's not about, he said age wise. He's still
Yeah,
21.
yeah.
So it's an excuse.
Yeah, he's still 21. He still have time. Yeah, not everyone is Lamine, right? Lamine popped up like once in a century, right? Like even Messi was not there at 17. So Lamine is a different case, a different animal. And just to just rebut what Curtis has said, I think you've not been watching Barcelona games because Pedri, even he's not a number, he's basically a number 8, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
he's been played, he's been tied up with De Jong, and nowadays he doesn't even create most. He's more of a defensive-minded player. He wins the ball um, up high very easily, then launches attacks. So he's been good in that this season, and I guess it's a combination of both Iniesta, Xavi, and a bit of baskets. That's how good he is, and for you to say he's overrated, it's uncalled
I'm
for.
not
He
saying actually he is overrated, but I feel like I don't think he is at a stage whereby you feel like, oh, he is better than the existing ones. You know, like I'm like, what? Because like I
no
said,
no
what makes him better is his forward. Take him out of that, put him in a team
no
that only
no
depends on him alone, and let's see if he can deliver.
no not really. You don't need to. You watch him play and see how good he is, and the team finishing is part of them winning, right?
Mhm.
So for me, Pedri is one of the best players and one of the best midfielders.
One of the
At his
best, that I agree, but not the best.
no,
Not the
not
Okay,
absolute
really, of
best.
course,
no. Actually, Cortez, in the
not
group,
really.
we didn't say that Pedri is the best,
Yeah,
but
but you brought up a lineup of midfielders.
you even mentioned
He did.
Declan
No,
Rice.
he asked.
Declan
No,
Rice cannot let his boost, man. He cannot
I
let
don't know
his
if
But
boost.
no, no.
Declan Rice
I
is a
don't know.
washed-up player,
Someone
Cortez.
asked.
No,
Someone asked name other better players than him, and that's what I
Yes.
yeah,
did. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Cortez, how can Declan Rice be better
Declan
than
Rice is
Pedri?
better than
Declan Rice is
Pedri.
a washed-up player.
he, bruh, that's how you
If
people know you're
you,
just hating. You're just hating because if you
No,
can see
it's
the
no,
not
stats of
no,
hating,
no,
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 Cortez.
let, no,
It's
let
not
me talk.
hating.
Let me talk. Let
no.
me talk. Let me talk.
Okay,
Let me talk.
okay.
Let me talk. Let me talk. You can, if how dare you say Rice is washed up? And if you look at his stats, all his career stats in West Ham compared to one season at Arsenal, he's already surpassed that. Like literally. So you want to say that Declan is washed and when he has done better than what he has done at West Ham all his career at West Ham, really? Or you just
No, so,
trying to
no,
hate
no,
for
no.
sure?
We,
Like,
we,
are you?
we
Okay,
are
let respond to that, Kelo, because me don't mesema Rice is a washed-up player.
okay. Sorry, answer Alex. Sure.
Okay, so you see, Cortez, why I'm saying Rice is a washed-up player because I feel like when you said Rice you mentioned him as part of being better than Pedri. I think that's
He
when
is.
Cortez you missed
No,
the point.
it can't be. It can't be.
Because
How?
and you spoke also about Pedri being you said that he should be placed in a team where he's the only one
You're
being
buffering.
depended upon.
You're buffering.
No,
Can you get
even
me?
I can get him.
So I think
You
Cortez
guys are
issue here.
buffering, all of you. I don't know if it's my net
It's your
or
It's
net.
yours. It's
It's
yours
yours.
because I'm listening. Alex is clear.
Yeah. So Cortez, as I was saying,
Find a
Cortez,
meeting.
we are I may hang, but
I can't
as
hear
I
any
was
of you
saying,
at all. Y'all are speaking at once and y'all are buffering.
It's your network.
it's your network.
Yeah, siko kwa Wi-Fi, but siko Wi-Fi. Maybe I need to drive to a different location and then I'll rejoin again and see if it works. I'll be back.
Ama unini nunua bundles za Safaricom.
Hata hiyo ni was. Is it standing in 5 seconds? In 5 seconds. Okay, we may Rudy though.
Okay, so as I was saying,
So that's not
Cortez,
me then, because I haven't moved.
No,
but
no,
me,
it's
I can
you.
hear Kelong can hear me, but
Yeah.
we can hear you, but you can't hear us. So it's on your end.
Fine.
Okay, so Cortez, as I was saying, I noticed one thing. If you look at Pedri, I saw him burst on the scene in 2020. I think he signed from Las Palmas, and from his first season, even if you had the comments from Messi saying that we have the next Iniesta because of what he does. And you see one thing with if you watch
Yeah, the
Xavi
next
play,
is fine.
Cortez, if you watch Xavi play, there was nothing so much spectacular about Xavi. But the good thing with Xavi is that he wasn't making any mistakes, and that's one thing which can make a player stand out. You don't make mistakes. You retain the ball. You have progressive passing, and most above all is that you are confident with the ball. Like let me say, under pressure, Pedri is very good under pressure. And Cortez, we can't. And also, I saw somebody saying in the group there that he's hiding behind players like Lamine Yamal and who is this other guy and Famin Lopez. So Pedri cannot
No,
hide behind
somebody said that.
Yeah, somebody said that in the group.
Okay.
So how can Pedri hide behind Famin Lopez, and Famin Lopez is not a certified starter? And if you say he hides behind Famin Lopez, Pedri has been playing for Spain ever since he burst onto the scene. In the 2020, was it 2021, the Euros, he won Young Player of the Year. So how can he win Young Player of the Year? In that tournament, Rice was still there. So how can he win that? How can he win that trophy if he's hiding behind players? And by that time, Lamine Yamal and who is this other guy, Famin Lopez, were not on the scene. So how was he hiding behind players?
You know, talking about a rise in England, England is a different case. They're like
No.
England when it comes to international duties. I don't know. They underperform in my books. They can always have like one or two players take them to either a quarterfinal, a semi-final, and then once it gets to the actual competition.
So to ask you, what makes you think Rice is better than Pedri? Just give me one reason. What makes
one reason. What has Pedri done? Okay, I have a good question. What has Pedri done? No. What has Pedri done differently?
Let me follow up.
What has Pedri done differently this season other than winning the league? Especially
he has
like
won
let's say
3
international
cups. He has
across
won
Europe.
3
No,
treble. He won a treble, a domestic treble.
So wait,
that's fine.
What is your question?
Okay. If he was, you say he's better. Why didn't he advance and yet they both got to the same level with Rice and they both got out to finals? Did he make it to finals?
Yeah.
I support Barcelona. Yes. No. Where UCL they
I'm
both
not getting
exited.
your question.
My question is, who among them made it to the finals in the UCL? They both got off, right?
Oh, you're saying UCL, right?
Yes.
But they won the La Liga, they won the King's Cup, they won Copa del Rey. What else do you want? Those are 3 trophies, domestic treble. What else do you want?
What else do I want?
What else do I want? By the way,
to show that he's really good.
Declan Rice has won 1 cup in his career. and that
And
is
that was when he was
the
at West Ham.
Yes.
Conference League. The the
You
cup
laughing
that
and
is
you waiting for
described.
that.
Yes,
Good.
yes,
Ni vizuri
yes.
You
The
know,
unacheka.
cup that
So
you make fun of,
unajua
coaches.
kitu ni useless. So
Hata
mbona
we,
mnaitegemea? Mbona
eh?
mnaitegemea ni
yeah,
useless?
Tulisema kila
yeah,
mtu ashinde
it's a
kikombe
useless cup.
anaweza. Kila mtu ashinde
Huh?
kikombe
Yeah,
anaweza.
so for you to say Pedri is better than
Anyway,
Declan Rice
let's
is
see. I'm just saying that in terms of, to be honest, in terms of experience, I still feel like yes, he has the potential to surpass like
no,
the
he's
people that have been there, and he
he
has the
doesn't have the
potential,
potential. He has only surpassed them. My
like he has the potential to do
goodness,
that. Let's see
he
him
has
do
only
it.
surpassed
Consi-
the likes
let
of.
let's see him do
You
it
mentioned
consecutively.
how many midfielders? Can
Wait,
you pull up
you said
that list, Alex?
you said Bruno Guimaraes, you said
Come
Rice,
on,
you
come
said
on,
Thomas Partey.
come on. No one
Yeah.
can let his
Yes.
boost.
Aish.
No one in that lineup. Those
Aish.
are certified losers.
Anyway, like I said, let's see this. Let's see the new season. If he maintains it, I'll give it to him. That's what I
No,
can say.
Actually,
okay,
coaches, this is not the first season that Pedri has performed.
I know,
If you are to be,
yeah,
I know what I'm
yes,
saying. Let's see. You
that's
and
why I
guys
said
were
he's the
crazy.
second one at
actually,
22.
and actually, he's had a long term injury, right? Like
Yes,
Do you know
yes.
at
6
some
months
point people were even
injury.
saying that Cole Palmer is better than him? Where is Cole Palmer now?
No, who was saying that?
Oh, okay, I
And
was in this
also,
group, in another group. If I find it, I'll send it. I'll send the screenshot if I
Those
find it.
people should bring
no.
them here so that we debate.
Don't bring analysis from guys like Steve and Dick.
I was just you asked. I was saying other people, and it was your own
No,
Chelsea fans. Walikuwa
no,
wanadaisha. Oh, Cole
not
Palmer.
really. Not really. Cole Palmer, by the way, and Pedri, they're not playing the same position, right?
Thank you. They are not.
Uh,
So why do they compare him to Saka and they don't
Cole
play same
Palmer is
position?
more of an attacking
Okay,
minded
okay, coaches.
midfielder.
Palmer can play in the position that Saka plays. That's why we compare them. Actually, his initial position is on the wing. It's just that he was
Yeah,
moved
he's
to
a
the
winger.
10.
I
He's a
knew him.
winger.
So that's why we
I
can
knew him from
compare.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So that's why we can compare him
are
to
you saying
Saka.
that? So then, do you agree? Because I at the beginning of the season, I was like, I feel like for them to get the best potential out of Cole Palmer, they should put him in his original position. Because huh?
No. Because he's a versatile player. Like you can't put Pedro or the guy you mentioned, Madueke, on in the central midfield, right? As attacking
Yeah,
midfielder.
true.
So
I mean, but you have
to
Nkunku and the likes.
Nguku is a washed up player. I think
Kunku is a washed-up player.
But he just
I
came.
think
Is this his first season, by
He
the way,
probably should
at
come.
Chelsea?
no, it's second season.
No, it's
Oh.
the second.
I think the first season disappointed him, so he's not really in his 100% mentality wise when he plays for Chelsea. I think the only thing for him now is just to look for another club where maybe he can want to play for them. But
Enda Arsenali bwana. Wewe kijana enda Arsenali.
yeah,
So do you
he
guys
can go
think
to
that
can go, he
it's
can go
okay?
to
We
Arsenal.
But
always
Coaches, let's
transform
ask
players
Bonnie.
except Skia. It's okay. We always transform players except Sterling. Sterling ametushinda. But
Which player have you transformed?
which player
All
have we
players
Kai
who come.
transformed?
Havertz.
Which
Kai
player have we
Havertz.
transformed? Kai
All
Havertz.
players.
Kai
Let me.
Havertz.
Kai Havertz has won the Champions League with Chelsea. He doesn't need any
Okay, but
transformation.
the season that
He
followed after
doesn't.
he became average. Okay, and that's why Chelsea let him go anyway because he
No.
wasn't.
He became average, and he's
No,
still average.
tuseme tu ukweli.
He's
Like
still average. He's not
Havertz.
best. He's
If
not.
you remember if you remember when we took Havertz, you all were happy. Thank you guys for taking him.
Yeah,
Asanteni
62
Yes.
kumchukua.
million.
Like
Yes.
Yeah.
like
Okay.
why?
Yes.
Because you
It was
guys were
good
paying him a
business.
lot of money and he wasn't producing as
No,
expected.
we're not paying a lot of money. It was just good business. Like we sold him for 62 million, and Arsenal wanted him, and we got that from Cole Palmer. He's offering exactly what Kai Havertz
wasn't.
is offering. Yeah, so it's a direct
To
replacement and a
Chelsea.
cheaper replacement. We scammed you guys.
Oh no,
You,
you
it was,
didn't. You
it was,
didn't. Sorry.
it was 62
The
million
reason we
down
actually
the
still
drain.
listen, the reason we didn't even slide all the way down out of top 2, actually Havertz first half of the season, he came through until he got injured. So
You're just putting up numbers that
So by the way,
it
coach
don't
is
matter.
saying,
average,
It don't
I have
matter
a
how you
question
do
average,
for
it
the
though,
average
panel.
Kelong.
numbers,
It doesn't matter how you do
average
it. 3
numbers.
points will be 3 points, you know?
Okay, but,
Wait, I have a question
but
for you guys in the panel.
Ah,
yep.
What criteria are we using to determine whether somebody is average, somebody or is world class, so that I give my analysis about Declan Rice? Kwanza, wacha tuulize Boni. Boni, do you think Pedri is overrated?
atasema
Pedri wa
aje.
Barcelona.
Eh.
Yule ni moto bwana. Hata Toni Kroos alisema bwana.
Of course somebody else said, you say your own words.
We,
Acha kusema
sasa unajua Master Kroos akisema, unajua
he has
Master
your own
Toni Kroos
reasons.
akisema pia wewe utakataa kama nani? Na Kroos ndio master wa midfield. Wewe utakataa kama nani? Ni kama saa
By the
hii
way, guys, I
uniambie
have a question.
kuna best
Before then,
forward.
when does KDB ever give opinions on other players, or they don't interview him? I barely see that guy in the media.
KDB football left him. He's thinking of other ventures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So to answer you, Alex.
Yes.
How do you rate a world class player? Right.
Yeah, that's my question.
Number one is whatever he brings to the team, and the number of trophies he has won. That's it. There's no any other. There's no any other criteria, because if you are a world class player and you have not won a trophy, then you're not really a world class player. How are you a world
You're
class
just a
Kuna
player?
great
mashabiki wa
player and you're
Arsenal
not
walikuwa
world class.
wanasema, mashabiki wa Arsenal wengine walikuwa wanasema ati wao walipata pesa mingi kuliko hata Crystal Palace juu ya kufika Champions League semi-final. Sasa
Wait,
wao
say
wako
it again.
sawa.
Say it again.
And who gives
Arsenal
absolute
fans,
about
they are
that?
saying that they got a lot of money by qualifying for the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. So they have more money than Crystal Palace because they were being compared with the Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, of course, they broke that. Listen. Crystal Palace, they broke that curse of not winning the trophy yesterday by winning against
112 years.
So Arsenal fans, they are saying they don't care whether Palace they won FA, but they got a lot of money. Like we care about money. We only care about trophies.
No, you don't get it. You know why they brought up money, Bonnie? The money comes up in that because like the board wasn't given the board did not give Arteta money in the January transfer window. So for the fans, as the fans were looking at it in that, okay, if you get this money, then there should be no excuse for the
But
board or Arteta.
you guys have been having the top players.
Listen, there should be no excuse for Arsenal or Arteta not to get us a prolific striker in the coming season. That's why we say that. Whereby, like, Crystal Palace has won that, yes, but do they have the amount of money to actually go get other players and keep competing? For now, we don't know that. And if they do, it's not as enough as what Arsenal has gotten.
But in short, they've had a better season than Arsenal.
I mean,
No.
how?
Eh?
Yes.
How?
They won a trophy. They have a trophy.
They're not
They
gonna
have a
be.
trophy.
What?
They
So
have a
what?
trophy.
They have a trophy.
They
They
won
have
an
that
FA
trophy.
Cup final. They beat
So
We
Manchester
recognize
City.
trophies.
Where were they when
They've
we were
won a
winning it?
trophy.
Okay, where were they when we were winning it back to back? Where were they?
When is the last time you guys won the
Of my
FA Cup?
It don't
grandmother.
matter. It's
Don't
just
give
their
me history
turn.
of my
It's
grandmother.
their
I
turn.
want
It's their turn,
current
and they deserve
history.
it. Okay, it's their turn, and they deserve it. Aina shida, they can have it. It's been 112 years of them waiting. Let them have
But
it.
they've had a
Whoever
successful
is bitter,
season than
whoever
Arsenal,
is
than
bitter by
Manchester
hiyo ni shida
City,
yake. Me hapa hivi, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them
who
because
else?
I know
All the other
in years
teams.
to come, we might even double their number. I know that for sure. We will double their
How?
trophy number.
How? And you have a
Years to come.
for 5
Years to
years
come.
with one FA Cup
Yes.
final, phase 6 of
How many
Arteta's
times?
season.
Okay, I just have a
No,
question.
no.
I have
We
a
are talking
question.
about the recent.
When has Arsenal gone to an FA Cup final and lost it?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
because
So
remember.
they
be-
haven't
because they have not been playing a cup
blame Manchester
final
City.
since
No,
2020.
sorry. Blame Manchester
Yeah,
City for slacking
I
and
don't
blame Man
no
U.
no.
Blame Man U for
Coaches,
taking us out and
coaches,
then not see it
coaches,
through. So,
coaches.
So how can we
No no.
blame United for taking you out, Cortez? See, they also wanted to win.
Yeah.
How can we
but
blame
what
United?
like you should win with a purpose, man. Don't take someone out and then ikifika at some time when you unafaa maintain
No,
unapotea.
no. You guys were not the holders.
Holders.
So
Yeah.
it was just like
No, we wanted the holders,
eliminating.
but
It was just
Man U
eliminating.
knew they don't
No,
have the
no.
capacity to maintain the competition. But
But
wakaleta
they
kichwa
beat you
ngumu.
guys. So, stay humble. Stay humble, eh?
Guys, I'm
Stay
about to
humble.
go. Anything else?
Stay
I'm about to
humble. Stay
go.
humble. Next season, you're going to win the Champions
Do
League.
you
You're
know who's
going
been
to win
humble, by the way? Guys,
Who?
karma is real. Haaland,
Who?
whatever he said, all the arrogance he's had in the season, imemkula, imemrudia. 7 finals with 0 win. It don't matter. But anything else, Alex, I have to go.
Okay, no problem, Cortez. We already discussed some of the signings that
So
you
next
guys
season
think.
mna win kikombe ama
Yes, sir. As long as I hope they get it. If they get a
Which
striker
cup?
for sure, that I know. But
Which
if they
cup?
don't,
Which cup? Tell
which
us.
cup? Which cup?
Yeah.
Champions League?
I'm banking on domestic treble. I'm not sure about the UCL yet until we know.
Domestic
UCL, based
treble.
on the current format, I'm not sure. But
Domestic
I am banking
treble.
on domestic treble. Either
I
FA and the league or
please
Carabao and
show
the
me your
league.
plug.
But
What are you
good luck,
smoking?
guys.
What are you smoking?
I hope, I don't know when the
Show me
next
your
show will
plug.
be.
Show me your
Actually,
plug.
I think Cortez, we can have a show after the Europa League
Aki
final.
mwanza
I don't know
kubuffer.
whether people will be
Y'all
available.
are buffering.
Oh,
Ni
we're
when
going
you
to have
are.
it
Fanya
on
hivi,
Thursday.
I will
Uh-huh.
exit. But muongeni nitasikia. And I'll reply in the
So,
comment. Cool?
no problem, no
Okay.
problem. Okay, so thanks for coming, Cortez.
You're welcome.
Sawa. So wait, Kelong Boni, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Which are the 5 signings that Chelsea are making next season for them to, let's say, compete, challenge now for the title and go for it? See, kuchallenge Arsenal, to challenge to win. Kuna hii challenge
We
ya
don't need.
Arsenal na kuna kuchallenge yenyewe.
Yeah. First, I think Curtis is high on some illegal stuff uh, because you can't say you're going for the treble. Arsenal to win the domestic treble, and she should show me a plug that also I can get high on the same stuff. But Chelsea don't need 5 signings. We only need 2 or 3 because remember we have good players coming in that were away
Gone.
on loan. We have a world class goalkeeper Petrovic will be coming back. So we are selling Sanchez. So any club that needs a goalkeeper like Manchester United can buy him, and and also we have a young man called Andres Santos who is coming back, who has been really key to our sister club, Strasbourg, and he will be a great addition on the midfield. So we don't need to sign any midfielder because we will be back with options the likes of Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo, and now Santos joining in.
What
So
about
that will be.
Ugochukwu?
Ugochukwu is not yet proved his stuff. Maybe he needs another loan, or maybe we sell him. Then what we need is a striker. We need a striker, especially a strong and established striker. So we are looking in the market, and there are some good strikers available currently. Like of course we have Osimhen, who is just won the league with Galatasaray, but he's playing in Turkey and maybe wants to move to a European side. But the only problem with Osimhen is his high wages, so I don't think that we can get. We have Seco from Sporting CP. He also says this will be his last season in Sporting, and not I'm not
No,
saying
in
Seiko.
Leipzig, in
It's
Leipzig.
it's. I was referring to
Victor
Victor
Gyökeres.
Gotthard. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Victor, and also Seiko. Leipzig is saying this is last time. So those are the three well proven strikers that we have in the market. Then the likes of Liam Delap, who is very good, who was very good for Ipswich, and he can bring something in, but he's not yet well established. It's like looking for somebody like uh, somebody just to bring competition to our guy Nicholas Jackson. So for me, we just need a striker and a centre back, because on the wing side we are stacked with options. Remember this guy called Estavo, who is I think the next
Wow.
Lamine Yamal, is coming to Chelsea, and we have Kendrick Paez also in the midfield. So if we had to sign a winger, maybe a left winger, and we know Rodrigo is available among others, Nico Williams. Let's see what happens. But I'm thinking we only need 2 or 3 signings, and the important is the striker and a well-established centre back, because our goalkeeper is okay. Petrovic he can do the job. Yeah, and maybe a left winger. That's it, and then we'll be ready for the title charge,
Okay, so
a serious
Kelo,
title charge. Mhm.
yes, okay, Kelong, I've heard you. So, but you have mentioned we need a center back. You haven't given a name, and you have also mentioned on the wing somebody like Nico Williams, which there will be a lot of competition for him. And in the striking position, I haven't heard you mention one name, Seiro Girassi. Oh, you don't rate Girassi?
Uh, Grassy from is playing for
Dortmund, Champions
Dortmund.
League
Yeah,
top scorer.
yeah. I've seen him play. He's good, but I don't trust players from Dortmund. Dortmund can scam you. Dortmund can easily scam you. So that's my only problem.
But why do you say that, Kellogg? And you see, this is not the first time Girassi has performed. Even last season, he was playing for Stuttgart, and he was in close contention to being the Bundesliga top scorer. So,
Yeah,
don't you
yeah.
think the guy can do the job?
And how old is he? Is he?
He's in
Is he
early 30s.
that's a problem. That's a Ali, that is too old for Chelsea. He'll be the grandpa of that team. You see, the likes of uh, of Victor Osimhen, they're in their mid 20s, right? Progress, Seiko. I don't think we're going to sign somebody who's 30 years old for sure. So yeah, he's good, but maybe we need something of the sort, some guy of the sort to bring that professionalism, that experience to the young boys. But I don't see with our work management only sign players that are 22 years old and younger. Eh, I don't
Yeah,
see.
Mzalendo
Yeah.
is in the building and to join in a few. Ndio huyo
All right.
wewe Mzalendo.
The
Mzalendo in
next
the building.
season merchants. Next season merchants.
So,
Walikuwa
and then do you
tutanganya vile watapiga PSG.
So, Kelong, on that striking position issue, don't you think it's a risk to go and get somebody from outside the league, somebody like somebody, let's say Victor Gyökeres, considering the fact that he's not Premier League proven. We had who is this guy? We had uh, this guy for Liverpool, Darwin Nunes, who
Darwin
he
Núñez,
was
like,
supposed to reckon when he was playing in Portugal, but when
yeah, even
he went to
Rasmus
the Premier
Hojlund,
League, he has
right?
turned out to be Timo Werner. So, don't you think it's a big risk to go and get Victor Gyökeres, who is not Premier League proven yet, despite playing in the Premier League before?
Yeah. It's a risk, I suppose, but you see how he plays. He looks like a strong player, and how he finishes, he has quality finishes as well. So for me, it's a risk, but a risk that has to be taken, because currently we don't have really good strikers on the market. Those are the ones that we have: Seco, Brekorezo, Seaman. Now coming to EPL, it's only the lap who is available, right? And I was seeing Mateta yesterday, and I was thinking, why not have somebody like Mateta, right? You see how he was good with the hold-up play, and he created, actually he's the one who created the goal for Crystal Palace. So that's the work of our sporting directors, of the managers at the end of the season. But mostly, I don't like to dwell with what we don't have. I wait for them to come in and see how they play, whatever how we go, because uh, players is all about speculation. Until they come play, then you know how good they are. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wonderful submission from you, Kelong. And the center back position, it's still a big issue. And we have seen this guy, Dean Huijsen, has gone to Real Madrid, and he was a target
Yeah.
for Chelsea. So
Chelsea.
who is
Yeah.
our option in that position?
Now that's a headache, man. Now I think we have to go for players who have been in the Premier League. Like we have Mark Gray, who was a Chelsea player, and also who else? Who else? Who else? Yeah, Dean was good, but remember, Dean is only 21 or 22 or 23, but he has potential. But he's like Levi Colwill. I don't see him any much difference. He's not like somebody else that we don't have. We need a strong centre back, a well established one who can bully defenders and can bully strikers, and also who can who can take control of the young players that we have. You see, I remember how Thiago Silva was for us. He actually made Trevor Chalobah look good because uh, he actually made even Disasi look a decent player because Disasi needs somebody who instructs him, right? Then he can play well. So those are the kind of centre back we are looking for, and I think we should look for someone. I don't know. The market for centre backs is a bit hard at the moment, but let's see what our sporting directors can do. That's a headache.
Yeah, so I see there Mzalendo in the building. Mzalendo, unmute ya mic yako usalimie watu. While you are away, the panelists walikuwa wanashambulia kote.
Huh? While I was
Karibu
away,
sana. Yes.
Mambo Kelong,
Yeah,
you
Posa
you
Mzalendo.
guys are still rejoicing, eh? You're still rejoicing with Arsenal ilitoka bila trophy. Najua, yeah, nilikuwa naona tu vile mnashangilia hapo, mnafurahi hapo, eh?
So kufurahi ni
Hmm?
yani you don't even prove us wrong
Yani,
even one
yani
season.
hata hamna sympathy. Hmm? You don't have empathy. Yani hamwezi sympathize na Arsenal. Yani tumekuja all that far only to lose to a very useless team. Hmm?
No, you underestimated PSG and
After
PSG was actually good.
after beating the best in the world, yani tunaenda tuna lose to PSG. Oh my God.
Already.
But tunakwambiaga kuna vitu zinaitwa kwa ball zinaitwa the gods of football. The
Mm-hmm.
gods of football were not with us on that day. They had
What?
taken some kind of recess. Hawakukuwa na sisi and the game ikapotea tu kabisa. But anyway, we live to fight another day.
Next
It
season.
is another season, another heartbreak, but we are getting there. But
So
we,
wait,
Yeah,
we
but
don't really
Mzalendo.
we don't really care what you think about, so long as we
yeah,
finished the league above you and
Mzalendo,
we got the
just a
money.
quick just a quick question. Do you think Arteta is the right guy to lead you to
No, no,
Canaan? He may have taken you out of Egypt, but is he the right guy to lead you to Canaan?
no.
You-
Arteta. I don't think it would be fair for Arteta to be judged the way he is being judged. How
Why?
long has Arteta been with the team?
5 years, 6
look
years.
at
6 years. It's
he has
actually
been
6.
with the team for 6 years. How has
Yes.
has the team been progressing? The
You
team
tell
has
us.
been progressing. The team has
Have you
been
been progressing or you have been
steadily.
mark timing? On the
Is
same,
the team making? Is Arsenal making money? Yes, the team is making money more than your
you tell us
club.
how
Yeah.
more than our
So
club.
are
How do you know? How do you know
I
that?
look at the numbers. Check the numbers. Check the numbers. The numbers don't
What
lie.
numbers? And you are struggling to buy a striker. Yeah? What
Not
numbers?
that we are struggling to buy a striker. Look at the kind
Uh-huh.
of buys that we don't just buy any player because they are on top of their game. We buy players who can grow with the team. So we don't
Like
just buy
who?
like Chelsea or we buy like Man City. We don't have that money to splash around. We have got money to
So don't
develop
have
players.
money. So don't talk
We
about
have
money.
money. We have money. Our accounts, you know,
What
you
money?
go and look at the Arsenal bank accounts.
Yeah.
If we want to buy, we will buy. We can buy any player we want right now. We can buy anybody because we have got the money. We are making
Uh-huh.
profits. We are not at a loss.
Uh-huh.
And we can also sell and sell highly. We
Sell
can sell
who?
if
Who?
a player like Saka. We can sell Saka.
Then
Who tells you we can't sell
you
Saka?
sell Saka, you go to the relegation battle like Manchester United.
Yeah, that is already you have given Saka a markup price because that is the guy. Yeah, you've already given him a markup price. I'm telling
But who is
you,
going to buy him?
if Saka was on sale, Chelsea would be the first team to
No,
buy
no, no,
buy
no,
him.
no, no.
I am telling
We
you,
have talent. We have talent. We don't
what
need Saka.
talent,
We have
talent.
talent. We
You
don't
know,
want Saka.
let me tell you, if
We don't
you
want
had
Saka.
talent, you'd have finished on top of the league.
No, talent doesn't win you the league. We are looking for different type
If you had if you had if you had the
of
if you had the
qualities. We
best
want
coach, you would have
physical
been in your
players.
no.
Hmm?
If you had the best coach, you would have been in UEFA Champions League.
Now we are going to play UEFA
How
Champions League
about
next
that?
season. We are going to
How
play next
about that?
season. And
Oh,
our
you're going to
manager
play
just
next
came in
week.
last season, right?
Yeah,
So
if you had a good coach, you would have also beaten Arsenal home and away.
okay.
But
So
How
there's no
about that?
trophy for beating Arsenal home and away.
You asked me a question about Arteta being a good coach.
yeah.
Is a world class coach, and let me
No,
tell
no, no, no,
you,
no. Please
there's only
That's why I asked
don't
the
say
person of the
don't
question. Well, how do we define world class, average, and low
don't
level?
yeah.
What is
Don't
average.
the
say
Average. Just pull the league table, and then you will see who is average and who is on top, and who is coaching the which team. That is how you look at the coaches, how they have performed, and look at the matches how they have played, head to head. How have they performed under this coach? So that is how you you gauge a coach. You gauge a coach by his performance. You gauge a coach
uh-huh.
by how many tournaments he has played, how
Titles.
many matches he has
How the
played.
titles they have won, how many titles they have won, and
How do you
Arteta,
get? No, listen. How do you get
Arteta.
a good pilot? How do you get a good pilot?
No, pilot is another different business compared to coaching. Piloting
How
is not
how
football. You cannot
how, how
you cannot say of course a good pilot you rate him by the number of hours they have flown, but this is not piloting. This is a matter of winning cups and titles and producing world class players and taking your team to the next heights. So for me, I don't think Ateta is a world class coach really because he's been with Arsenal for 5 years, no 6 years to be precise. And he's been given all the players that he needs. Remember, Declan Rice
700
was bought
million?
by 100 million. And the only thing he has achieved is winning an FA final.
The Community
And
Shield.
No, Community Shield is not a cup, man. Don't bring Community Shield as a cup. Nobody treats it as such. It's a friendly match. So don't ever say that. He's only won the FA final, and it was against Chelsea that were a 10 men. So we can rank him as an average manager. Not average. Average is too much. Playing him. We can say he's a mid-level manager. Remember Oliver Glasner, the coach that won yesterday the FA final. In his first year at Crystal Palace, he has won a final, and he won the Europa League with Frankfurt, right? So for him, he has a better credentials than Arteta. Who else? Eddie Howe won the Carabao League a few weeks ago, a few months ago, with Newcastle, and he has been there for 2 years, I guess. So he has the same qualities with Arteta. So Arsenal fans are just overrating the Arteta guy. Arteta is just a mid-level coach, not really close to world class. That's giving him too much praise that he doesn't deserve.
So, and then Kelong, there's a question here from Cortes about the story from strikers coming from outside Premier League and flopping. Let me just showcase it. There it is. That's the question from Cortes.
Yeah.
So she's asking, does that prove that the Premier League is hard for these players that come from other leagues? Because to be honest, most of them come and struggle at Premier League, but when they go back, they get revived. And a good example is Bashuai. So how do you respond to that from Cortes?
Yeah, I think the Premier League is a different animal. Why? Because number one, it's very physical, and you're playing good teams all over, right? Like on a bad day, you can lose to Leicester, you can lose to Southampton, even though they are already relegated. That's how competitive the Premier League is. And now, what I've seen is that the mid-level teams have improved drastically. That now getting 3 points is hard. The likes of Bournemouth, Fulham, they can compete. Everton, they can compete with you anytime. So you see, for other players it becomes difficult because number one, the Premier League doesn't give you time to adapt. If you don't hit the ground running, you get easily frustrated. So yeah, it's a hard thing for the players to come in. The most who succeed is the ones who hit the ground running, and their mentality becomes good with time. But if you come and flop the first 5 games, then that's it. You are cooked. The Premier League doesn't give you the luxury of waiting for you to pick up your form. I think that is
Okay.
that's the problem.
Okay, thank you for that, Kelong. So as we close to wrapping up the show, I want us to play a small game, Kelong. So I will mention for you the player for Chelsea, and then you give me one answer. So either we keep, sell, or bench. Yes. So we get straight away. Robert Sanchez,
Sell.
Philip Jorgensen,
Bench.
Malo Gusto,
Bench. A good backup.
Rhys James.
Keep. El Capitan. You saw what he did on Friday. Keep.
Yeah, good assist.
Yes.
So Tosin Adarabio.
Bench.
Trevor Chaloba.
Keep. He's one of the academy guys we did. And he's been loyal to our club. Mm-hmm.
Achiampong.
Yeah, bench. Yeah.
And Levi Colwill.
Of course, keep.
So Mark Kukurea, left back.
Kukurela, keep, of course, one of the best left back in the world.
And then there's this guy that we loaned to Juventus. I'm forgetting his name.
Renato Veiga.
Renato Veiga.
For him. Sell.
To the midfielder, Romeo Lavia.
Keep the ball, man. Just made of glass. What is Enzo? Keep, of course.
Enzo Fernandez.
Keep him.
KDH, not KDB. KDH.
Okay. Luis Dewberry Hall. Sell that
Dewberry Hall.
Sell that fraudster.
Jadon Sancho.
Keep.
Why keep Sancho?
I feel one more season. I'll give him one more extra season. Because he cooked at Borussia Dortmund. He cooked. So I'm thinking maybe he just improved on his mentality-wise and start to shoot. Because he doesn't shoot. That's a problem with him.
And we have a player who is currently not playing, but I believe this season he could have done better. Mikhailo Mudryk. I think this was supposed to be the season for him, Kelong.
Yeah, man. Especially that on the left wing with Pedro Neto on the other side. They could have easily cooked. So sad the scandal that got to him, all right? For him, I'll bench him one more season and see what happens.
Bench him, okay. Christopher Nkunku.
Hard sell.
Tyrick George.
Keep.
Cole Palmer.
Of course. Keep him.
Pedro Neto.
I keep. He's good.
Noni Madueke.
Keep.
And our Loni, Joao Felix.
Sell. Oldster. Yeah, sell him.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight, Kelong, for 1 hour 10 minutes. We are coming to the end of the show. Anyone who was watching from Facebook, X, Instagram, or even YouTube, thank you so much. So as we wrap up the show, Kelong, give us your last remarks. Who should win the Ballon d'Or? Because Dembele is a strong contestant if he wins the Champions League.
I think it's clear that at 17 years, Lamine Yamal is the best footballer we have currently. And I was just watching a Barcelona game before I joined in. They actually lost, but to Villarreal, and it's been a funny game because Barcelona celebrated they've won the title and they're being presented the cup.
The trophy.
And also Villarreal were happy because they've won that game and they are now in the Champions League next season. So everyone was celebrating and Barcelona actually today lost the first game in 2025 in La Liga. And Yamal scored a crazy goal, which was the first goal Barcelona scored to equalize. So currently, there's no other better footballer in the world than Lamine Yamal. And I think he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or. When you watch him play, you appreciate football and you say, this is a genius, this is a maestro. What he does, like the goal he scored, it was Robben-esque. He cut him on the left side and scoring. I think, and also what he does in the game, superb. You enjoy watching him. So for me, I think uh, he should win the Ballon d'Or. Dembele is good, but he's just good. It's not you can't watch Dembele and be Dembele is a runner. It's like watching Mbappe. Like no, Mbappe even isn't better. It's like watching who Vinicius Junior.
Martinelli.
Or exactly, you got it. He's a Martinelli with talent, I would say, because Martinelli just only has speed. Yeah. So for me, Lamine Yamal, actually, Lamine Yamal should win the Ballon d'Or. Number two is either Pedri or Rafinha. I think Barcelona have had one of the best seasons this 2024 2025, and I think they deserve it. They were just undone by one mistake. Champions League. They should be at the finals. And yeah, so for me, Lamine Yamal.
But sir, you see, the one thing that I notice with football nowadays is Kelonga. If the player hasn't won the prestigious trophy, even if he has done well, they lean more towards the player who has clinched the title. Or let's say
Yeah,
maybe if Lamine Yamal go to a final, then I think maybe he could stake a claim. But if Paris win it, the reason why I'm seeing Dembele winning it is that he has put in quite a good number of goals plus assists. And so by virtue of him getting it, not that he's better technically or is entertaining or anything, but by just him getting the Champions League, if he gets it, it puts him in a better position. So
yeah,
is,
sure,
is
sure.
that biasness?
I think yeah, because people sometimes analyze football as in terms of statistics, right? Because people are saying how can Lamine Yamal with only 8 goals win the Ballon d'Or? And remember, Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or, I think, with 8 goals or 9 goals in that uh,
206.
yeah, in that football year. So for me, Ballon d'Or is a trophy for the best footballer who plays the best football. And for me, it's Lamine Yamal. And remember, Lamine Yamal won the Euros, right, last year. Does that
Yeah.
count?
No,
For
actually they go as per year calendar.
a year calendar?
So
So
like a 2024-25 season.
oh, okay. So yeah. So let's see. What if Dembele loses the final? What happens then?
Then that now becomes tricky because I think if he loses, then you will find maybe an Inter player. Maybe it can be Dumfries or it can be Lautaro
No,
Martinez now comes into the picture.
yeah, but now you see those players that they won the Champions League collectively. It's not an individual thing, right?
Yeah.
And but Andy is an individual, uh, individual trophy. So for me, it has to be Lamine Yamal. Either way, if not, then the game is gone
Yes, and
because
then still on that Kelong, this at the start of the season, we were all thinking Salah is going to bring the prestigious
yeah,
trophy home to Africa. So when did the rain start beating Salah?
I think
Because right now I don't even think he's in contention for top five. Oh, top five he can be, but top
yeah,
three
top
no.
five it can be. Yeah, top three
Yeah.
no. I
So
think
when did the rain start?
when Liverpool lost the UCL, then that's when it happened. Because remember, Liverpool lost the UCL and they lost a bit. Uh, they became sloppy, and from then Salah never turned up, right? And I think he's scored 1 or 2 goals because I've been having him on my FPL and he's not been giving me points. So it means he's not been having a good season after them being eliminated by Liverpool in the quarterfinal. So that undid him. If he bado angekuwa pale Champions League, and also they lost the final to Newcastle. So and he was playing that game. So for me, Salah maybe he can win the player of the season
Premier
in
League.
Premier League. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, okay, Kelong, thank you for joining us. And we actually think we will talk about, but maybe if we are free, we can have a show after the Tuesday game after United they lose to Spurs. But we'll see about it. Otherwise, thanks for showing up, and for anyone who has watched this stream, big up to